Hey everybody! Hello, welcome to the second video of Thursday. This one's going to be about the side quest. Now, I was thinking to myself, objective, right? And then also kind of went, I just thought I'd commit. I did like the lower difficulty, so I did level 4 yesterday, and level 5 I've just done. Obviously, that's what we're covering in this video. But I wanted to think about the objective. So what I did was I tested out yesterday a ragtag bunch of misfits. I say ragtag bunch of misfits. Actually, it was a good team. But I found this particular week and the objective more easier than previous weeks. Command sometimes in their logic is kind of all over the place with how they create content, and as well how they kind of look at AI profiles, because for some reason this week the AI profiles were good. The response and inputs in this particular side quest are fine. I don't want to say that that's a generic thing. It's just a case of like sometimes some content I find that things like AI profiles, inputs and other stuff seems to be a bit wonky, but in others it's kind of fine. It's kind of weird. But in any case, right, when it comes to threat level 5, this was my team. I had Magneto as front and center for taking on, because it's class disadvantage. It's an easier one if you've got Magneto, of course, that dealing with that hashtag metal, but there are some, decent options to take on the content at large. I'm going to have a look at some footage in a moment. I do want to get Kat Murdoch's infographic up. Link is in the description to that. She's just done a level 5 and also level 3 and level 4, which is boom on screen right now. I should blow that up a little bit. Boom. There we go. It's a bit more blown up for it. So shock vulnerability, and yeah, so like shock immune champions are going to be very, very good against this, because I think you get Thunderstruck. Is it Livewire? That's it, Livewire. Both the attack and defender strikes have a 20% chance to apply. So any shock immune champions are going to be beneficial, or it's a case of like, well, champions do shock damage. I just use Doctor Doom. It's just an easy kind of like rotation there. Same thing with other stuff. There's other things to like mention, but to be honest, it's so easy. You could do it blindfolded, really. There's a challenge. There's a challenge. Metal Sonic Dude style challenge for that, and with 2 stars, why not? Life transfer on the other one, so just throw a special attack and get all your health back. Easy. Use whatever champion. Quick to build special attacks. Power gain champs. Vision Arcus. Purgatory. Anything that's quick to get a special. But to be honest, anything works. Anything really works for this one. You get heavy assault. So influx dispersal. Just throw heavy attacks. I think I ended up using Hercules, and just by the time I gained about feats number 8 or 9 just by quick intercepts, I was like, oh, this is ridiculously easy. What the heck's going on with that? And then the final boss, it's like I didn't even have to play into Duke. I just parry heavied with Magneto. So yeah. Power control to deal with power to cower. Like, honestly, it's the most. It's so odd with Kebab, as I said. Previous weeks, really odd with kind of like no configurations for Squirrel Girl. Really odd with node configurations for Tigra, especially if you're running the objectives. That's one of the main points, if you're running the objectives. But this week, they just handed you on a plate. If you've got a mutant power control champion, it's going to be helpful against power to cower. Quite possibly. But yeah, like there's obviously a few other options rather than saying, hey, by the way, just use Magneto. You could use White Magneto. Hey, in any case, yeah. All joking aside, this just oddly felt just more easier than others. And as I said, on my opinion on the tickets, I just don't see any value in them really, because you only get one entry. And I'm sure there will be people that get them for 400 units. I just don't like if the more you stack them, it's like, okay, 800 units, like 400 units for the level 5 items. We talked about it in the video earlier today, which was the one I recorded last night. I just don't see it personally. I really don't. If you're only getting one access per difficulty, you what are you doing it for? The objectives. That's really it, and that's what it's it. And all the other stuff that's in it, you can get for free. In my opinion, I may have got it wrong, but all I see right here is that you can buy one entry, so it's 1 times episode entry, and then that's it. I don't see any worth in them at all, front and center. So it's I mean, look, the rarer they are, yes, you do get something back, but anyway, moving on. We're talking about side quests. Let's talk about side quests. So it's nice to have a side quest that feels like you can just do that, and I think it's like being something that's taken less time to do than others, especially with the first week and was the first week in those hulks. But yeah, let's roll some footage of how it went. Firstly, my apologies. I forgot to cut my camera where I've got when the game comes up, so I've got to cut that, so it looks a bit wonky on screen. You can see a little bit of my monitor arm, not monitor arm, my mic arm, sorry, so to speak. I gotta be honest, as soon as I started doing this particular fight, I was thinking, like, this is threat level 5. I thought this is meant to be more difficult than it is. Rotations wise, maybe another champion would have been good with like shocks, but to be honest, because I was just doing shock damage in any case, it was just easier. But I would have preferred, if I could go back in time, I would go back to maybe use like Nebula on this one, or Storm, or maybe something else. And there's no kind of like disrespect from this. It's just a case of like I kind of fancy the idea of just using something just different, because Doom's just there to Doom. Thing is, with Doctor Doom, he could do literally any other everything. Literally everything. He can do heavy assault, that flux dispersal. He can do just like all the other ones as well. I would have used him as well for the next one, the Mystic one, but to be honest, it was just easy, right? It's honestly really odd. Picking up my tier 3 alpha, get it. Oh, that's going straight in my basket, and then right on up to the Mystic, which I was like, do you know what? I mean, if I wanted to, I would have brought in Cable, ramped up my Horseman synergy for I ranked up my genetic code, for Apocalypse, and then used him as a horseman, not him as a horseman, but horseman-ized Magneto, and then used him against Sentinel. But again, this is the point I was making. Like, it's you don't have to. Like, it's just so. It's very, you say the word, it just felt easy. Just felt like easy, just kind of like, okay, build a special. It's so weird. Like, I just find that it's so odd, like the champ creation for this particular one, episode 4, versus the previous episodes, which were incredibly specific, I might add. Like, I just don't get where Kabam are going, finding middle ground for creation of AI, difficulty scales, and other things as well. I just don't. The logic sometimes with Kabam is so odd when they create content. Champions as well on paths in stuff like Event Quest is another thing that Kabam have to work on, something they never learn from. But maybe one day they'll kind of get that balance right. In any case, this was probably my favourite fight once I got into a good rhythm with my Hercules. So first of all, I was kind of like, okay, let's do the heavy attack one. And then let's just like do some ramp ups here, ramping up, and nice. And then I just thought to myself, okay, well, when I do some heavy attacks in a minute, I'm probably going to do a good amount of damage. So let's kind of, again, just do a few ramp ups here and there. We're up to 7. This is really easy as well this time. Heavy attacks. So when the champion heavy attacks at you, Iron Man Infinity War, then you can just like, not intercept, but you can counter it. And that's why, just get some good rotations here and there. I think I want to try and, there we go, counter there, do a special counter, which I haven't been doing, and I'm learning my lesson with doing that. Do that, Richard, you must do that. And then it's parry, heavy, done. So it's stun, and then heavy, heavy, done. It's like just as simple as that, This, as I said, was just a very straightforward fight. Honestly, a lot of these I could have played just so much better. I could have played a lot worse, to be honest. I could have played a lot worse. But yeah, it was a lot of fun nevertheless. And if you got a Magneto, yes, if you don't have a Magneto of both varieties, then you could come yourself a cropper with this one. But hey, it's just going to be down to... would you want to do anything else? Like Medusa could be quite cool to take on the champion. Just to kind of get that armor break rotation very, very quickly on. Maybe, again, maybe on that one. A lot of maybes with stuff. Could have played something different. Odd that I had good kind of like God inputs. Well, yeah, God inputs. Good inputs this time. I went into kind of a block there, which I'm not quite sure what happened. I kind of felt maybe I read the timing wrong with it. Sometimes when I'm looking at the enemy AI, kind of the way it flows, sometimes you're like, what's gonna happen? And trust, like a lot of the time, I do not trust the AI to move cleanly at me. Like the Iron Man Infinity War, it just didn't. I've very rarely had it when I trust in champions being either aggressive, non-aggressive. Should have shot my SP3 then, but delayed. That's on me. There's something that comes up in a minute where is it this hit? No, there was something I think I've missed where I didn't think the parry engaged or not. I don't know. There's some weird stuff, and then it's just an easy, SP3. I should have done that earlier, and I probably would have knocked out Sentinel a lot sooner. But to be honest, it's done, and it's just a case of like, look, this was just kind of like totally easy. And as I said, it was odd. It's odd kind of like looking at the way that some of this AI was created in some of the other difficulties or some of the other quests at level 5, and kind of go like, it's just honestly, it's so odd to kind of like for Kabam getting this balance in. But in any case, it is done. That's the team that I used. It was okay. It was actually pretty fun. And that has been a video. Who did you use? Who do you use for the objective? Put it in the comment section down below. Do you care about the objectives? In any case, thank you very much for watching. And check out some other content located on screen. And I'll see you all in a video later on where we'll be reacting to the Twitch stream, as we'll get in some spicy info. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.